Robert Spencer here for Jihad Watch. The 57-nation Organization of Muslim States, called the Organization of the Islamic Conference, OIC, met last week in Senegal, where they developed what AP called a battle plan to defend Islam from political cartoonists and bigots. No, I am not making this up. They are not working against the violent supremacists who have allegedly hijacked their religion. Apparently no battle plan is needed against them. The OIC is instead concentrating on the real threat, those who draw cartoons of Muhammad and who point out that the terrorists themselves defend Islamic terrorism by referring to Islamic texts and teachings. Muslims are being targeted by a campaign of defamation, denigration, stereotyping, intolerance, and discrimination, explained Ekmeledine Isanolu, the OIC Secretary General. He made no reference to the likelihood that this defamation, denigration, stereotyping, intolerance, and discrimination, if it exists at all, comes as a backlash to the 10,000-plus jihad terror attacks that have been committed since 9/11 and have been justified by their perpetrators with reference to the teachings of the Quran and Islamic law. If Isanolu and the OIC had the courage and honesty to begin a genuine worldwide effort to counter this use of Islamic tradition to justify violence, they would find that this defamation, denigration, stereotyping, intolerance, and discrimination would miraculously melt away. But instead, AP reported that delegates were given a voluminous report by the OIC that recorded anti-Islamic speech and actions from around the world. The report concludes that Islam is under attack and that a defense must be mounted. That's right, not that the non-Muslim world is under attack from jihadist Muslims, but that Islam is under attack. In response, the OIC is planning to create a legal instrument to combat criticism of Islam. Islamophobia, declared Isanolu, cannot be dealt with only through cultural activities, but through a robust political engagement. What do you think he has in mind by a robust political engagement? Well, of course, restrictions on freedom of speech. Abdoulaye Wade, the president of Senegal and chairman of the OIC, said, "I don't think freedom of expression should mean freedom from blasphemy. There can be no freedom without limits." Well, true enough, but the Senegalese president's words and the OIC's legal instrument threaten the foundation of free society. Once you declare that one group is off limits for critical examination, or say that those people must at all costs not be offended, or if they are, they're perfectly within their rights to stone or lash or imprison or kill the offender, then you have destroyed one of the foundations of free inquiry. In a free society, people with differing opinions live together in harmony, agreeing not to kill one another if their neighbor's opinions offend them. If offensive speech had been prohibited in the 1770s, there would be no United States of America, and that is one of the reasons for the First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. Whenever offensive speech is prohibited, the tyrant's power is solidified. That's no less true in this case, although the tyrant in question is of a different kind. This is especially important since Islamic spokesmen brand as offensive to Islam any inquiry into the use of Islamic teachings by the jihadists. Accurate reporting about the teachings of Islam that jihadists use to justify violence has again and again been branded as hatred and bigotry. And that's why every free human being should oppose the OIC's legal initiative. Not only does it threaten the foundations of Western society, but as it would render us unable to analyze the jihad threat, it is an attempt to leave us defenseless against that threat. I'm Robert Spencer.